Dayton, we're ready for you.
And action. Catch. Drew. That was good. Ready?
This isn't Hollywood, and I'm not an actor. This is a parking lot in Upland, Indiana, and I'm a senior at Taylor University's Film and Media Production program. We've been around for 16 years, and every year we've improved our craft, artfulness, and resources. That's our lab assistant. He's responsible for the care and inventory of all of our professional grade equipment. These are our post-production suites, where we hone our passions for editing, audio, and color.
Drew, we're ready for you.
But that's not all. We are proud of what we do here, and we've collected some of our students' best work from the past year to showcase the range of human experience with vision and integrity.
1, start your move into the studio. 1,
Hand away.
This is Taylor University's film department.
And this is the Envision Film Festival.
Welcome to Taylor University's Envision Film Festival 2021. I'm Beth Slusser.
And I'm Drew Dayton.
Fresh from location. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, just another day on the set.
Well, I'm glad you made it. This is going to be a great night.
Now, normally we'd be hosting this in Rediger Auditorium, but we're thrilled to be here and know that friends, family, and alumni will be joining us.
And some of those alumni are filmmakers whose work we'll see tonight.
We also have some of our student filmmakers here who are watching in nearby rooms.
We've got some great films to show tonight, including documentaries and narratives.
And even an out-of-competition project that will showcase a client-based project as an example of one of the many other types of productions we do.
And there are a lot. Right now, for instance, you are seeing a multicam production in the studio.
But we also produce audio and radio productions.
As always, we had a lot of great films submitted to the festival this year, and this year was unique since Taylor University shut down last spring semester and many productions needed to be halted.
Students in last year's narrative class had to leave campus and instead of making the films that were in process, created new films on their own or with a partner. And some of those films will be screening tonight.
We know we are missing out on what could have been some incredible films tonight, but we know that some of those filmmakers are watching tonight, and we have been assured that the offer to come on and back home and make your films still stands.
Changing gears, as every year, our judges had a hard time choosing winners. The decision comes down to the overall quality of the film in all areas, and how well that film fits the mission of our festival.
The Envision Film Festival's mission is to honor our aspiring filmmakers whose visual storytelling explores the range of human experience with hopeful vision, artistry, truthfulness, and integrity.
Today, we got to hear from some wonderful guests who joined us by Zoom. Dustin Cretton is the director of Just Mercy, The Glass Castle, and Marvel's upcoming Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Peggy Kim is an Emmy-nominated and Peabody Award-winning producer and founder of the Future Now Conference, designed to jumpstart students' career in media.
And R.J. Muller is a Taylor alumnus and development executive of TV and film in Los Angeles.
We were so fortunate to hear from such talented people with such diverse areas of expertise. Thank you to our guests for joining us today. We'd also like to express our thanks to our festival sponsors, and there are a lot this year.
They are our good friends at Avid Technology Incorporated, Sweetwater, the largest online retailer of pro audio in the United States,
Alpha Video, a national integrator of audio, video, and broadcast technologies, Grant County Visitors Bureau, Tim and Mary Eckerly.
Summit Financial Group with thanks to Tom Gearhart, Taylor University Art and Humanities.
Our Sundance Film Festival partners at the Windwriter Institute.
Edit Stock, a company committed to resourcing students as they learn the art of editing.
Final Draft Screenwriting Software, Other World Computing, Central Indiana Ethanol, Ryan Druk.
The Royal Groups, Simeon Stearns, Film Indiana, WFYI TV.
And Design Collaborative, the architectural firm that we are working with on Taylor's new film and media production building. It's gonna happen, people.
Folks, those are some great sponsors, and we're very grateful for their support. Usually tonight we'd be presenting the award for the winning film in our high school competition. That competition is being held next month.
If you're a high schooler, consider entering your narrative or documentary film by the April 9th deadline. But that's not all.
Film Camp is back, June 14th to 18th. Check the Taylor website for more information.
Tonight's films were judged by 4 Taylor alums who are currently working in the industry.
We say this every year, but we again had a record number of films submitted to the festival. The judges, who wish to remain anonymous, congratulate all of our filmmakers on their work.
But you also get to be a judge. Later in the program, you can cast your vote for your film you think is best. The film with most votes will receive our Audience Choice Award.
So pay close attention to the films and remember the one you like the most. You'll have the opportunity to vote immediately after the screenings. You can download our awards show program with the full list of films on the EnvisionFilmFestival.com website.
And the screenings start right now. Our first film is a product of Red Eye, our 24-hour film festival that is held over January term. And it answers the age-old question, who doesn't like astronauts?
We'll all find out together in our first film. From Joseph Ford, Tim Hudson, Justin Meininger, Sophie Olson, and Emmanuel Terrell, enjoy I Hate Astronauts.
I've seen things that you couldn't imagine. I've seen the darkness.
We can't hear you.
Can I get a retry? I've seen things you couldn't imagine. I've seen the darkness between the stars, a darkness that's incomprehensible. Do or not do, there is no try. I have been searching far and wide.
Thank you. That'll be all.
Going anywhere. Stop moving. I know you work for NASA.
I don't work for NASA.
You have an astronaut costume on. An astronaut helmet on.
I'm not an astronaut. I don't work for NASA.
Ever since I thought about taking down the government, they start sending more astronauts to my house. So I put this on, to block the nanobots from getting the thoughts from my brain. But they keep sending astronauts, more and more astronauts. You know what I do to astronauts? Do you know what I do to astronauts?
What do you do to the astronauts?
Take nice, sharp forks. And I stab them! I stab them till they're dead! And I'm gonna do the same thing to you. If you don't tell me, why are you outside my house?
I'm an actor. I'm coming back from an audition.
You're an actor?
I'm an actor.
Act. Act.
I've seen things you people couldn't imagine. I've seen the darkness between the stars. Darkness that you people couldn't even begin to comprehend. Do or do not, there is no try. There is no try.
You guys got that?
Congratulations.
You got the role.
Our next two films are exercises from the directing and cinematography class that are designed to reinforce camera techniques such as dolly control, focus, and matching the actor's motion.
The first is The Czar, from Matt Brown, Sarah Burns, J.D. Groh, Josie Coots, and Abby McCormick. Follows a young woman who is house-sitting when she discovers a mystery that leads her to wonder if she really knows her grandmother.
In the second film, Call of the Void, made by Beth Slusser, Natalie Baker, Drew Dayton, Liam Beard, and Justin Meininger, a woman keeps experiencing the effects of anxiety as they spread to all areas of her life.
Enjoy The Czar and Call of the Void.
So your grandma's out on a road trip?
Yeah, she didn't tell me where she was going, but she'll be gone for a couple days, so I think it's fine if we hang in the house.
Nice. Wow, it's been a long time since we've been here. I really miss this place.
Yeah, it's been a few months. Grandma hasn't been in touch recently. Do you want anything to eat or drink?
A water would be nice. Oh, and some cookies.
Did you hear that?
No, what was it?
Probably nothing.
Okay, I definitely heard that.
Yeah, weird.
Where do you think that's coming from? I think it's coming from outside. Kaylee, I heard it again.
Yeah, me too. I don't know where it's coming from. Who cares about the noise? I'm getting cold. Fine. Let's go inside. Okay, that is definitely coming from inside. Come on.
Are you sure your grandma's not home?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, I am not going down there.
Whatever. Who are you? Wait, sorry.
Where is she? Is she here?
Wait, I know you. You mow my grandma's lawn.
Your grandma is the Czar?
Why are you tied up?
Your grandma's a psycho, man. She's dangerous.
Don't you just mow her lawn?
Do you think I can afford these shoes from mowing lawns? No!
What are you saying?
I'm saying that I may or may not sell some stuff that may or may not be legal.
And this has to do with my grandma how exactly?
I work for her, man. She's the Czar. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So you're saying my grandma's a drug dealer and you work for her?
A dealer? Nah, man. She's the friggin' kingpin.
So if you work for her, why are you tied up down here?
Look, a deal went sideways, alright? When I told her about it, she flipped. Knocked me out cold with her walker, and next thing I know, I wake up down here in the dark.
You're joking.
Do I look like I'm joking right now?
I don't know. I guess not.
What do you think? I broke in the middle of the night, snuck down here, came over to this bed, tied myself to it, gagged myself, and then turned the lights off and waited?
Whatever. I'm gonna call the cops.
No, you cannot call the cops. She's got people on the inside of every precinct within 100 miles. It starts real easy. She starts sending them cookies. They're enjoying it. Next thing you know, they're faking evidence, and who knows? Just you can't call the cops.
Nothing you say is gonna convince me my grandma is who you says she is. I'm calling her.
You cannot call her. Did you not hear what I just said? That's insane.
Hey, Grandma, what's up?
What are you doing?
Ah, thanks. Yeah, I'm good.
This is so bad.
Listen, I just want to ask you a question. Do you know the nickname the Czar?
Oh, crap.
Grandma?
I told you not to do it, man. We gotta get out of here.
Lane, seriously, I need you. Lane, come down here.
Come on, just untie me, okay? Your grandma's a lunatic, and I can prove it. Just untie me.
Fine. I'll untie you. Grandma? making so much noise. I have this really important test tomorrow that I have to study for to get into grad school. All I do is take care of you like you don't know how to take care of yourself. Do you think I enjoy that? Look, I know we're sisters, but I have a life to lead. I don't have time for this. Just clean this mess up. It's the least you can do.
We have arrived at our first 2 documentaries of the night.
First, from Joseph Ford, Tim Hudson, Emmanuel Terrell, and Kim Yat Jung, we have MTXC, Mental Toughness, Extra Effort, the story of 2 high school wrestlers who demonstrate their proficiency, resilience, and brotherhood in the face of extraordinary challenges.
It will be followed by Wild Winds, Spirit of the Bison, the story of the caretakers of over 250 wild bison and their passion for preserving the United States national animal. From filmmakers Evan Wardell, Sawyer Pasma, Jack Kersey, and Kim Farrell.
Here are MTXC, Mental Toughness, Extra Effort, and Wild Winds, Spirit of the Bison.
Police search for a suspect after a shooting on the east side,
where 6 people were shot following a shooting investigation on the east side of Indianapolis.
You have kids that go through things that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy.
Indianapolis woman was shot and killed.
Arrests of more than 30 suspected gang members on drug and weapons charges.
The beauty of this sport is you don't make excuses. You go out there and you shake your opponent's hand, and at the end of the day, it's on you.
For me, when I'm wrestling, it feels calm. I just try to relax and breathe because I know all the preparation that I've done.
DP's the slick one. He has the big moves. He'll hit you with stuff you don't see coming.
I don't get flustered. If anything, you'll see me smirk in a match. It's not me being cocky, it's not me being flamboyant, it's me just keeping myself calm and collect and keeping my mind on the match.
David Pearson to mat 10.
Circle, circle, circle. Back out. 6 seconds. Yes, yes. Pull them in. Elbows tight. Okay, so get your groups and get set, get set.
Wrestling has taught me that nothing comes easy in life. You have to fight if you want something.
That's a personal problem, son. Get stronger. Here's the deal. Champions always do what? Extra, exactly. So make sure you guys are in there. You need a ride, find a ride. You want to stay up in the coach's office, whatever it is, do homework between now and 6, that's fine. I'll be up there doing stuff, okay? Make sure you guys do everything possible. We've got a great opportunity this year. Take advantage of it. Capiche?
State champs on 3. 1, 2, 3. State champs.
No matter what, we're family. We know that we love each other to death and that we're not going to let anything fly past us.
DP's the slickster. Ross would more be the muscle guy. He's going to come out, he's going to battle you.
My name's Javon Ross. Everybody calls me Ross. I've been wrestling for Warren ever since the little league, middle school, elementary, all the way to high school.
Pressure. Come on, buddy. Pressure. Hips. Come on, buddy. Come on. Base up. You're reaching like this, and then your head's nowhere to protect yourself. So he's beating your arm defense already, okay?
Ross's personality, he's pretty reserved. You know, like it takes a while for him to really open up to you. He keeps his feelings to himself. And his wrestling, I'd say it's completely different.
His wrestling is like dangerous. He's put people in headlocks and like made them go to sleep.
Once he gets you, it's a wrap. Actually, Javon is my nephew. His mom had some hard times and whatnot, so I, spoke to her, and she's like, okay, it's best. She went ahead and allowed him to come and live with us. So Javon he's my son. I've had him since he was 5.
That's tough. That's gonna be messed up all game.
Come on now.
You better what?
Bro, that's how you know they're bad. Who's right here? Oh, there's Zoe? Okay, we're good.
Kawhi.
I've grown up in the same house and the same place for my whole life, so it's like, after I get done, I want to come back. It's just something I know I want to do. Me and Ross's relationship is close.
I've grown up with him my whole life. He's a cousin of mine, but we live together, so we're basically brothers. People ask, it's just my brother. If anything is a question, I'm going to him for reference, for help. And we've always been competitive back and forth. I'm 2 days older than him, so anything he can do, I try to do better.
If I didn't have him in my life, I wouldn't be the same person I am today. I wouldn't be as successful as I am today in wrestling, in academics, in all aspects of life. So, I mean, I'm just grateful for him.
Police are asking for help to find the person who shot a 14-year-old boy who was just sitting in his room.
Unc, I'm bleeding. I thought a boy had come in the house and nicked his forehead, is what I thought.
The boy wasn't the target, but he was hit by a stray bullet from a hit and run that happened last Tuesday just outside his home on the east side.
He said his nose was bleeding. And that's when I got a little fearful. We just took off and we ran red lights. We got to the hospital. Nurse or somebody said, yeah, I can feel the bullet right there.
As soon as I turned my head, one went straight through my window, struck me right in the head, fractured one of the plates in my forehead, and got stuck in the other. Disney duels was June 14th, so I got 14, 15 days to heal, get ready for the team.
It was a good thing that he's hard-headed.
At the tournament, I went 8-1, 7-1.
Once I felt that he was okay, that's kind of just what I expected.
Wrestling has definitely taught me perseverance, to to fight through things, to not just give up when things are tough. When you have people you can depend on, it makes life a lot easier. You always know something's gonna go right.
At the end of the day, like, yeah, we want to win state titles. Who doesn't? If someone tells you they don't, get out of coaching. But more importantly than that is, I want our wrestlers to be able to come back in here 5, 10, 15 years down the road and be like, that guy made me a man.
We push all of them to be better people, to make better decisions on and off the mat.
At the end of the day, it's like a wrestling match. It's on you. Take advantage of those opportunities and good things will happen.
I told you guys, my greatest wish, it's not that you win state. Like, yeah, of course we want to win state. Okay, we're one of the best damn programs in the state. It's what we do. We bring home championships. But Jesus Christ is bigger than that. I want you to be a good young man. Come back here 10 years from now, being that good husband, a good father. Dude, that means more to me than any blue ring will ever get. Capiche? Awesome, great boys, and love you guys.
Our motto is MTXE right here, and I mean, it's mental toughness, extra effort, and I just feel like that's how we shape ourselves into that motto, and I feel like that's why we've been so successful.
This is a spiritual animal. It was an animal that was taken to the brink of extinction. Because of us. Before Teddy Roosevelt come in and started the Conservation Club, the United States, as far as known, there was less than 300 of the animals left on the continent. So by us doing these ranches, other people starting ranches, we've brought the animals back. We're close to 500,000 now.
Well, bison represent the very essence of almost North America, Turtle Island. I mean, they are the spiritual food, the really physical food of Native America, of all North America.
Everything, the home, their lodge, their clothes, their utensils, whatever, come from the bison, the buffalo.
We decided that we needed to destroy not only the bison, but that would also rid us of our, quote, Indian problem. So the government's philosophy at that time, for every dead buffalo meant another dead Indian.
It was kind of a hate relationship between us and the natives. We figured that if we didn't like the natives, we didn't want them here, so we're gonna figure out a way to get rid of them.
And it's a tragic story what happened. I mean, there used to be, imagine, 60 to 90 million bison. If you see the pictures in Africa, when you see the wildebeest going across the prairie, there are a few thousand. We had 60 to 90 million, the largest herd in the world. I love what Chief Joseph said. He said, what will happen when the great beast is gone? For man will surely die of loneliness of heart. By the time I got to be 8 years old, my mother and father were going to Yellowstone National Park, and all I wanted to see was a buffalo. Well, there were none to be seen, and finally we turned a corner, and at the end of the road, right in front of us, was a huge bison bull. He was probably 15, 16, 17 years old, massive, 2,400 pounds. So one day I woke up and said, I want to be more attached to the majestic animal. So 2 weeks later, I had 5 little heifer calves and 1 bull calf from Custer State Park, wild, show up at my little place, and I had fenced in quickly 3 acres. Within a couple, 3 weeks, someone came to me and said, I have the perfect property for you, for your bison. And when I came here, I just started practice. I had no money, and I came out and looked at places. I loved it, but I said, there's no way. I went out to the northern part of the property overlooking the lake. At that moment, a gust of wind blew my hat off. So I turned to that gentleman. I said, it's a done deal. It's Wild Winds Buffalo Preserve. During one of our roundups, one of the animals got injured and actually died. And I remember we did have a medicine man here at that time. And I remember I started to say, I want to save every part of that animal. And I started to actually help skin the animal and save it. And then medicine grabbed me and he said, no, 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 that's your brother. You can't do that. So from that point on, and that's been 20 years ago, I have no part of that. Unless they're in pain, we pretty much let Mother Nature take care of themselves.
Iron Cloud was a calf. His mother died in 2018. Found him just laying there like he was brokenhearted. And he would have laid there and died. These animals are social animals, so I had to be his mother. Well, after about 4 days, he started taking the bottle real good. I brought him up here, pinned him up, and he was like a pet. I'd come up here, sat down in this chair right here, drink coffee in the morning. He would lay right here beside me. Now to go out there in the herd and try and do that, I can pull up to him and he'll get up and come to me. But I don't go to him, I let him come to me. Been here going on 6 years, it'll be 6 years in April. Came here basically, volunteered for 2 days and never left. I guess it would be the point of feeling needed. It was like they needed me here.
So we're gonna go out and see if we can find some buffalo or bison. Trying to get in with a big bull here somewhere. Oh yeah, they're pushing a little bit. So they developed dominance early on. They're just playing right now. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Here. Come around here. Come this way. Come over here. Come over here. Yeah. So you should never do this, by the way.
The roundup gives us a count on our cows, calves, and bulls. Gives us a count on the whole herd, so we know how many we have.
We have about 60 to 80 caught now, and the other probably 120 or so are out in the field. So we may go ahead and start and try to get those in. Our big goal is no one get hurt and no buffalo get hurt, and so we'll be really safe. I like buffalo easy. Folks, right now. Bring them up. Bring them up. Yeehaw! That was an exciting day. You know, you want to do all you can to help them, but you also don't want to get in the way of nature and their natural selection.
The position that I'm in, I'm like a teacher, so I've seen generations of children, and that's what this place is about. I've been blessed by being here. The man that owns the place, John Trippy, he's really blessed me, allowing me to be here.
I think that the idea that we took an animal and we really honored it, and we preserved the best we could, brought the spirit of the bison here to Indiana. So I'd like it to the Wild Winds that we would really have a sense of honoring the bison and our past and the Mother Earth. I mean, that's what this is for.
As mentioned earlier, we were all derailed last spring when the university shut down. A lot of our plans changed overnight.
But while senior students in the narrative filmmaking class were disappointed, even heartbroken, the class pivoted.
With few resources and many limitations, those student filmmakers still made wonderful films from their homes. We're excited to screen 3 of those films tonight.
Our introductory filmmaking class was also affected by the shutdown, but was able to return in the fall and complete their films. We'll be featuring one of those films tonight. The first of these films to screen is The Missing Piece by Connor Legg. To what lengths will a family go to solve a mystery?
And the second film is a declaration of identity from Christian Collins entitled I Am Baby.
Enjoy The Missing Piece and I Am Baby.
Hey guys, you want to start this puzzle?
I'll be over in a sec.
Yeah.
Count me in. Okay, puzzle time.
Woohoo, we're finished.
No, we're not. There's a piece missing.
Where's the final piece? Who's hiding it?
It's certainly not me.
I mean, we don't know if it's hidden yet or not, but if anyone's gonna have it, it's Riley.
Well, that's it. Pocket check, everybody.
Fine. I'm telling you, if anybody has it, it's probably Riley.
Anyone's gonna have it. It's gonna be you. I remember you holding on to the last.
Everyone take a deep breath. Let's sit down. Maybe the piece is in the box.
You don't think I thought of that?
Well, we've got to find it.
Right, just give us the piece. Dad is under the table right now, bust and hump, looking for that lost puzzle piece. And I know you're hiding it.
I don't have it.
Just like, I don't know, you've been hiding that boyfriend of yours for the past 6 months?
What are you talking
Boyfriend?
about?
What boyfriend? Who is
Mom,
this guy?
He's just making stuff up.
Why haven't you told me about him? I'm so disappointed. Tell me, where's he from?
Mom.
Does he smoke? Does he drink?
Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. Let's just look for the piece.
Jeff, what are you still doing down there? You have back problems.
Honey, I'm still trying to find the piece. Can you move your chair off to the side? Jackpot!
So it's been down here all this time.
Let me get it.
Jeff, let one of the kids get it. Your hand is about as steady as a leaf in a hurricane.
I'll get it.
No, I want to get it.
I'm gonna get it.
Fine, whatever.
I am baby. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm doing here. One thing that I do know is my little huggy diaper has a stinky. I don't know who these larger babies are, but they clean my butt, and for that, I am forever grateful. This is my friend. He is also baby. He doesn't wear little huggy diapers like me, but I do see him make stinkies too. That's all the commonality I need for him to be my best friend. I have learned from him that I should put things in my mouth. I'm not sure what the value of this is, but he is my furry friend, and I trust him greatly. I may not know my role in this strange world yet, but I trust that I soon will. All that is important now is that I am baby. Good night. Sleep tight. And don't let the bedbugs bite.
Our next film is a documentary that was made a long way away from here.
The film Jehovah, Gyra presents the people of Snow County, Liberia as they reflect on their past and look to future generations to restore their country.
From Natalie Baker, Maggie Kripe, Carolina Quintana, Ben Teedy, Grace Dayton, and Josie Kuntz, here is Jehovah, Gyra.
The Liberians, they are resilient. In spite of knowing the situation, hardship, you never see anybody frown and say, I don't have a job, I'm not able to go to school, I can't pay my school fees, but you see that smile. I want people to see that these are loving people.
I started my primary education here, but because of the war, I didn't go further.
I don't even like to refer to those days because it was very, very horrible.
They killed my uncle, they killed my aunt right before me.
Well, being a child, about 12, that area, taking care of my little sister. My sister couldn't stand the tension from the war. She couldn't eat the palm cabbage, the palm canna and grain without salt. She died.
Some of the friends that I had have passed away, you know, they died during the war and they passed during that Ebola period because they got sick, infected with that disease.
And I lost 9. 9 people died from the Ebola.
Liberian, normally, our custom in Liberia, when we are greeting people, we have a handshake. That's our normal way of greeting people. Yeah. But when Ebola came, no handshake, thousands of Liberians died.
In our country, God helps us, we survive, the atmosphere, we survive, in everything we do.
Well, before the war, I think things were a little better. But for now, we are trying to re-begin again. For the education sector, things are not really okay for Liberia now, but we are trying to get there.
If a man is not educated, he becomes a waste to the society.
It is important to educate and empower the younger generation, because whoever we find in leadership now eventually gonna phase out. They're gonna be gone maybe 10 years from now. And if they're not educated, right now we're going through a struggle in this country with leadership, effective leadership, because people are not doing what they're supposed to do. As a result, the younger generation are feeling the brunt of it. They're going through a lot of tough times, you know, even trying to go to school and learn. Some of the schools we visited, when you see the conditions there, if we had a good leadership, there would have been improved conditions. So if we don't educate them now, we're going to continue living in these cycles, and things are not going to change, because when we are gone, when those in leadership right now are gone, they will come and they will not be prepared to lead. So it's better we educate them. Educating them is one thing, but empower them. I think education is a form of empowerment.
And we have educators, but we need good leaders that will be able to change the country, that will do the right thing for the country to be changed.
In leadership is influence. It's having the ability to direct people to make good decisions.
You are a servant. You have to serve those that you're leading. You have to respect them. You have to listen to them.
It's having the ability to lead people in the direction that enables them to transform society for the better. So leadership is important, because once you have good leaders, transformative leaders, people who are able to make positive impact in the society, you have a better society. And so I think leadership is important, not only for a country like Liberia, but for all countries around the world.
The hope that I have for my students when they shall graduate from this school, by the grace of God, that when they get out, that they will become a useful vessel in the society, and they will become a good leaders of Liberia and the world, that every one of them should become a professional person into nursing, doctors, lawyers, and any profession of this world.
Progress Sami Amazing Learning Center, the kids come in the afternoon, and they do their assignments, do mathematics, and learn a lot of things.
When we came here, Sano County, every year Sano County come last in the national exam in this country. We came with our program. The first year, engaged all the schools. The second year, Sano County came #1.
My education is very good. I praise God for that. Even though sometimes I found it difficult, but God is still working.
Liberia is a small country. Liberia has resources that can build this country within a few years. If we have people, leaders that get hard for the country. So I always told the young people, you can make the difference. So I got hope that one day this country will be better. Yeah.
God, you are so good. Hallelujah. God, you are God. You are wonderful. God, you are wonderful. You are.
As we said earlier, we do a lot of different kinds of production here, and we're going to feature an example of one of those next.
From our Producing for Clients class comes a film created to assist our neighboring city of Marion with recruiting police officers and firefighters.
From Maggie Kripe, Kendra Copeland, J.D. Groh, and Mitch Wheeler, here is The Call to Serve Marion.
Marion has a lot to offer. There's always something going on, and you can gain a lot of experience in a short amount of time.
We're a unique city. We're a little city with big city problems, and if you come here, you're going to get a lot of experience in a very short amount of time.
1912, 152. Respond to a robbery just occurred at the gas station, 2nd Branch.
1912, show me a route to that location.
10-4, 1912, 152, 1752. Engine 5, respond to a possible structure fire, Building 3 in Matter Park, 1700 North Matter Park Road.
Engine 5, responding. Dispatch 1912, I have the suspect on foot. 192, step it up.
What does it take to be a police officer? In this job, you need to be in shape. I mean, you're going to be in pursuits, whether in the car or on foot.
You never know what the job's going to bring, from running to fighting.
You're going to be challenged. You're going to be in fights.
There's a lot of physical and mental skills required to be a fireman. You need to stay calm, cool, and collected, and be able to keep your head straight at all times.
You can't be selfish in this line of work. You have to think of it as a team concept. If you try to do it all yourself, it's not going to be successful.
When I'm in this uniform and I'm going to these calls, I'm always watching my surroundings. I'm playing what if. You always got to be on your toes.
You have to manage your anxiety. You also have to concentrate on this situation right now.
Clear. They tell you what the job is, but until you get into it, you don't know if you're going to be able to do it.
I think a lot of people have a misconception that, all we do is put out fires. You don't know what you're going to see each day. Each day is something different.
So you have to have for it to be able to see some things that would make other people question their choice to be a fireman. And that bad things happen to good people, and that we're the ones there to help them out.
You're going into somebody's worst day, and sometimes really dangerous situations. You want to use the right words, because if you use the wrong words, a calm situation can really turn into a bad one.
You have to be self-motivated. You have to have a positive attitude when you come in, because that can change the day and how you act and how you treat people.
You don't come first in this job. Everybody else does.
Give the citizens of the city of Marion a sense of safety, that they can count on us when it really counts.
I felt like being here in Marion that I can actually help this community.
We push community policing with our department. My shift, I tell officers, get out and talk to people. That's how you learn things, that's how you know things, that's how you solve crime. We all want to help people, and that's what we go into it for.
Being a fireman in Marion, I think you have a lot of room for growth. You will learn the essentials of firefighting, and we do a lot of hands-on training. You will be a part of a team that is very family-oriented.
If you're interested in joining the fire department, I would say come with an open mind, come with a strong work ethic.
There's great opportunity. I think it'd be one of the best decisions you can make as a career.
Marion's police department, they'll help you get to where you want to be. And there's many opportunities to advance if that's what you're looking for.
Being a police officer has been rewarding. You know that there are people out there that actually support you. It's a joy just to feel that.
I mean, you gotta wear a lot of hats when you're in this job. We say we're police officers, but we are many, many things. If you want to make a difference in the community, Marion Police Department is a great place to work.
This is a thankless job, but none of that matters, because the joy you're gonna find in being there for someone on their worst day far outweighs all those troubles.
Now it's time for our second block of COVID films.
They aren't COVID films, Drew. They were impacted by COVID.
Right. COVID films.
All right. Our second block of COVID films begins with a film from our introductory filmmaking class, Labels by Gabriel Birch, Jacob Nichols, and Caleb Cuvion. It explores the humorous side of gamophobia, the crippling fear of commitment and marriage.
Following that, from alumni Jake Vrieslar, Nora explores the emotions a woman experiences and all that was left undone as she learns the news that her graduation ceremony is canceled.
Enjoy Labels and Nora.
As psychologists, we know very little about the human mind. Some say it's very complex. Others say it's not. The truth is, we just don't really know. Today, we will be learning more about the intricacies of the human mind through our interviewees, labeled Labels.
My name is Drek. It's like Derek, but without the first E. I'm 24. I live in an apartment. Oh, and my girlfriend has gamophobia.
Gamophobia is an irrational fear of commitment and marriage. Derived from the Greek word gamos, meaning marriage.
Well, it's really hard on us because she's so against the idea of anything at all being wrong with her. But, like, for example, on one of our first dates, we went out for hot dogs. You know, nothing too fancy, plain and simple. We were having a great time. I mean, all the jokes were landing. I was so proud of myself.
It was awful. I'm Stacy, I'm 23. Drek and I have been dating for a little while now, but I like him. He's just really particular. He really likes labeling things.
I love labeling things.
It's to the point where he's always diagnosing me with random illnesses.
She's got IBS, OCD, ROFL.
He might just be oblivious to it, but he's just getting really hard to deal with.
She's definitely a hypochondriac. She's got scurvy.
Oh my gosh, and when he comes by my school to visit me, it's even worse.
I'll admit it, I'm a hopeless romantic. One of my favorite things to do while she's having a little study session is to swing by and surprise her with some flowers, you know?
Broccoli is a flower, sure.
She must be terrified of commitment. I mean, despite all we've been through together, she won't even entertain the thought of us getting married. Hey, want to get married?
Drek, we're ready for your interview now.
I think it's at least time we consider it.
Just the other day, I threw her a surprise proposal, and things didn't seem to go too well. It's almost like she's terrified of me or something.
Yeah. So it's a mess. And I don't even know what I can do to fix her problems anymore. But she just... Of course I love her. She just gets caught up in...
Stacy's here with us today, right?
Wait. Stacy's here? Right now? Wait. Wait, Stacy's here. Stacy! Stacy, my baby! Stacy. Stacy, baby, please, will you marry me? I love you.
We've been dating for 3 weeks.
what's up?
I'm just sitting here, but what are you wearing right now?
I just wanted to put it on. I had it in my closet and I saw it and I was like, wow, I really want to put it on.
I mean, it looks good on you. I guess I don't really care much about us not having graduation because in the grand scheme of things, all we would be doing is walking across the stage to get this, a folder with a piece of paper saying congratulations. I mean, we still put all of the work that we needed to, and that doesn't take away from it, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm excited for college. I hope that quarantine is done before we get to go to orientation and all of that. That's something to look forward to.
Kind of funny how it all keeps going though. You walk outside and it's like, yeah, everything seems normal. You know, it's kind of sad when the only thing you have to look forward to is spring.
That's not sad.
Hello? Okay, I'll be in soon. What about St. Mary's? Hey, could you put the dishes away while I'm gone and maybe get to the backyard?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make it home around 8, hopefully.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Well, I think I better be going. But hey,
What?
this isn't going to last forever.
Okay.
It'll be nice to actually hug you again someday, though.
Our final documentary block features our last two films of the evening.
But there will be an awards program right after this. And remember, you still need to vote for your favorite film.
That's right. And we'll be given instructions on how to do that right after the films screen.
The Aviators, a father-son story from Ryan Krall, Jeff Ogden, Jeff Clayton, and Kiamakarian Jahi, tells the story of an Indiana man who inherits a love of flying from his father. When tragedy strikes, aviation brings the father and son together.
Following that, from Grace Dayton, Justin Meininger, Sophie Olson, and Luke Schneider, The Jewel of Richmond gives us a window into the unknown fate of beloved Indiana landmark Reed Memorial Presbyterian Church.
Enjoy The Aviators, a father-son story, and The Jewel of Richmond.
It's something that Dad really loved. It was one thing that was consistent in his life, that he loved to fly. He was a great man. He's a tough act to follow. I've grown up here. The farm's been in the family for over 100 years. A lot of good memories, a lot of history. Dad was born and raised on this farm. He went through 8th grade, and then that was it. He didn't go to high school. When he was 18, he was drafted into military service. He wanted to fly in World War II, but they said that he was colorblind, so he ended up being a technical sergeant. Spent his entire life here then after the war. Married a girl here from the congregation, and he ended up having 6 children. I'm the youngest of the 6. This is a 1946 J3 Cub. It was built right after the war. And of course, Dad has a lot of fond memories of the close of World War II because that meant he got to come home. He had flown other airplanes as well, bigger ones, more expensive ones, whatever. But the Piper Cub is a very simple, straightforward, the joy of flight kind of airplane. That was kind of the deciding factor, that if you're going to purchase an airplane, it's going to have to be a Piper Cub. The pure joy of getting up in an aircraft, what's that like? I guess the freedom is a good word for it. The view, I think, is a lot of it. If I'm just flying around here, I'm just able to see it from a perspective that a lot of people don't.
For anybody, right, what is your passion? And when you see it for somebody, it's like, oh, please go do that, you know? Because that's what's important. That's why you want to get up every morning. That's why you want to go do it. And so for flying, that's for Tim.
Ed was in the lower part of the barn cleaning up after the hogs, and he saw a storm coming up but didn't think much of it. Nothing was really forecast for severe weather. And he heard the wind blowing, and then he heard the freight train sound. And he knew it was a tornado. And he looked out, and he saw the trees going horizontal toward him. He turned around and watched the barn fall, and he didn't have time to get out, so the building collapsed on him. My mother was in the house, and the house was moved 2.5 feet by the tornado. And she came out then and saw all the destruction, and she didn't know where Dad was. So she was walking around calling for him, and he heard her. And he said, I'm under the barn, and I'm under a lot of pressure, a lot of weight, and I don't know how long I can survive. I love you, goodbye. Friends and neighbors all came from miles around to help get Dad dug out of the barn. So they brought tractors and jacks and so forth, and got the barn up high enough that they could get him out. Obviously, the first few months were very difficult for him, dealing with the loss and so forth, but he was also very thankful that there was no loss of life. It helped him to reprioritize, where he realized that the things that were lost can be replaced, but a life with the person that you've loved all your life, cannot be replaced. One of the things that was lost in the farm was an airplane that we'd only had for a few years. The tornado pulled the airplane out of the building and then tumbled it along the ground until its final resting place. So it was complete destruction. He was sad about the airplane because that was the one thing that he would use kind of as an escape. I thought maybe that was the right time to get my license in so that I could help him replace the airplane and that he and I could fly together as he was aging. I didn't tell him that I was going through pilot training until one day I flew in here and I landed the airplane out here. He was kind of shocked. I got my license and then he and I were able to do some flying together and we purchased this airplane together. It needed a lot of work, and so it took a lot of time and effort. We spent about 4 months basically get it back to airworthy condition. So it was a good father-son bonding time.
Alfred had Parkinson's, and so Parkinson's is a horrible disease because it takes your life little by little.
He still retained a sense of humor during it all and, putting others first. He taught us how to live and also how to die. He really did. Of course, I love to share the joy of flight with others. And a lot of people seem to appreciate it, so that's always good when you can put a smile on somebody's face. If they ask why the airplane and so forth, it gives me an opportunity to tell stories about Dad and how much I loved him and how much he loved the joy of flight.
You keep a count for how many times you fly?
I keep a logbook, yeah.
Over 1,000?
You mean in my lifetime?
Yeah.
I have about 3,000 landings.
Wow.
About 3,000 takeoffs too. Funny how that works. If you'd like to fly a little bit, I can show you what it's like. Just like that.
Thanks. Real touchy?
It doesn't take much. Fort Wayne, Cardinal 177 Jar is back to our point of departure. We'll be landing shortly.
It was just a thing, between him and his dad and the fact that they both loved to fly. Just all of the family memories that were associated with this house and this farm and this place. You're just thankful that you can share it.
I think Reed Memorial Presbyterian Church, it's really a gem in the crown of our area with the Tiffany stained glass windows. The architecture is phenomenal. The mahogany wood is so rich. You know, the church really, the structure, the brick and mortar church represents the wealth that was in Wayne County at the turn of the century.
When I heard that the congregation was no longer able to maintain itself and keep the building as an active place of worship, I sort of started to inquire and talk to other people about, well, what do we need to do to keep this jewel of our community?
One of the things that interested me about Daniel Reed is the fact that when I was still new in town, there's this gorgeous church named Reed Memorial Church, and the massive hospital system is the Reed Memorial Hospital. So I knew there was something more than just some guy who used to live in Richmond. And the more I read up on him, I mean, he had his hands in a lot of things here in town. He's fascinating, he really is. He's got so many different sides. Even the local newspapers covered him as the local boy, but also as the mogul who is, up there with Carnegie and J.P. Morgan. So what's great about this sanctuary is the fact that it's barely changed since when Daniel Reed was actually here. We always said that if he walked in today, he would recognize it. This is just, we got a nice, beautiful sunny day, and that window is even more gorgeous than usual.
I also love about this building that it was a gift from someone who grew up here in Richmond and ended up becoming very successful and made a gift back to the community. There was no expense spared in the creation of this memorial to, I think, his parents. All of the windows of the church, like over 50, were designed by Louis Comfort Tiffany. Tiffany glass that you've heard about, all of the windows in this church were done that way. And everything about this church was designed by the best artisans and craftspersons of the time.
So yeah, this is always nice because you can get right up close to it and see the detail and the play of light in the glass. As I say, that's part of the artistry of Tiffany.
I love this church. It's like a family. The people that was here was just like a family, and everybody was nice, and I don't know, it's just sad even talking about them. I told them I wouldn't walk away from it, so, I mean, if something ever happened and they still wanted me to come and still do what I'm doing, I'd still do it. But people always ask me why, how come you keep on doing it if nobody's there? Well, got to keep it going, And like Joanne, I let her in until we did decide to give her a key because she loves it. For 2 months she cried and everything, so I had to let her come in and play the organ. She did it for 47 years.
Reed Memorial Presbyterian Church means a great deal to me. In 1993, I was diagnosed with cancer, actually a stage 4 small cell cancer. And the people of the church just rallied around me and helped me mend. We were very tight-knit and we were all very emotional. It was just very hard to know that that would be the last Sunday that we would be worshiping together in that particular church.
So another thing that's important to know is there's a 10-year window in which the presbytery has to act before the reversionary clause kicks in. The presbytery itself may not have the funds to continue to maintain the building. We've done some local fundraising and can sort of extend that on a month-by-month basis, but at some point the presbytery will have to make a decision about whether they can continue to carry forward this. I think that some of the heirs have a particular interest in the monetary value of the church, should that be available to them. They also recognize that it's part of the legacy of their family.
I understand that they're descendants of Daniel Reed, but they're pretty withdrawn from this area and certainly from that building. I truly hope that they can see and understand what that particular structure means to all of us here.
The old Reed Memorial Hospital, it was vacated and some people bought it and said they were going to refurbish it and make dorms out of it, or, you know, senior, whatever. They had all kinds of big grand plans, and they came in and cannibalized it and walked away. And that beautiful building sat and just deteriorated in front of all of our eyes for 10 years until the county and the city could raise enough money to get it torn down. And that, I know, is something that anybody who's ever been near that church does not want to see.
You know, when we think about the location of the church, it is not perhaps the best part of town at this time, but Richmond is working very diligently to turning a lot of those communities around. There's still a lot of beautiful architecture left there, and I can see where there's becoming pride again. So I believe that that area can rebound. Saving the church is essential. We must succeed in maintaining that brick and mortar.
One of the things we did was work with a number of local musicians and regional musicians to put together a concert series for our community. The cost of operating the building is not something that the presbytery has funding for. The funding for that is likely to run out before the end of this year. My hope is that we'll be able to keep things going just long enough to be able to have a clear answer on which way we can go. But the clock is ticking.
Well, we've nearly arrived at the break.
And here are just a few things you need to know before that starts. You'll see instructions on the screen for how to vote for the Audience Choice Award, along with some interesting facts about our program.
And by the way, the program open and the videos you'll see during the break were produced by the Envision Productions team.
They are Kendra Copeland, Joseph Ford, and Tim Hudson. Great job, folks.
So don't forget to vote.
See you after the break.
There's a lot of content demanding, pulling on us, trying to get us to watch. So to rise above the digital noise, it has to be compelling, and it's got to be excellence, and most importantly, it has to resonate with the human heart.
I think it's important for Christians to make films that are contributing to the cultural conversation because we're part of the world.
One thing I really like about it is Taylor's, first of all, commitment to excellence in all the fields that they're instructing students in, but also their deep-rooted faith convictions.
I'm just so pleased to see so many students, remarkable faculty, all come together for the purpose of advancing storytelling and helping the next generation of filmmaker hone their craft, their voice.
I think what sets Taylor apart is just the feeling that goes on in this department and the attitude and the atmosphere.
You know, I wouldn't do what I'm doing today, honestly, if it wasn't for Taylor University and it wasn't for the people that were here when I were here who invested in my life.
The fact that Taylor is giving students so many options about what to study in different areas of the business, I think is amazing and I think is very unique.
I'm really happy with the education I had at Taylor and the fact that I could take all these different classes that were just like interested me. There's such like a broad range of things that we studied, and it just kind of built in me a curiosity about the world.
Having a space to kind of practice and learn that's very similar to the environment you're going to end up in is a really great chance to get all the kinks out while you're here and then be ready to go once you hit that first job.
I'm super excited. I mean, the fact that you guys have the same gear that we're using in the industry and that you're training on it is fantastic.
It's fun to see the energy and the enthusiasm, the passion that the students today bring to their work, to remember what it was like when I was looking out at an uncertain future after Taylor, and to see students asking the same questions about where am I going and what am I doing, and to find Taylor professors who are still helping to guide them in the same way that they guided me.
There's so many different places that you can apply the tools you learn here at Taylor throughout the media landscape, because it's everywhere now.
I'm just all the more impressed and hopeful for the next generation coming out of Taylor University. God has blessed this program. I think He's anointing on it, and I think that He's going to be using these students for years to come.
It's awards time.
And voting for the Audience Choice Award has ended.
Let's get right to it. Our first award is for Best Acting.
This year's award winner impressed judges with their subtle, believable performance.
The award for Best Actor comes with a cash prize of $200 from our sponsors.
And the award goes to Anna Rothkar.
Sadly, she couldn't be here with us tonight, but I'll be accepting her award on her behalf. Thank you very much to the Envision Film Festival judges.
Our program, an Avid learning partner, and Avid has given us software prizes for our next two categories.
First is our award for Best Sound Design, which goes to the film that best uses the power of sound, including dialogue, sound effects, ambiance, and music to tell the story. This award comes with a license to Avid Pro Tools, the industry standard audio editing software, and a $125 gift card from our sponsor, Sweetwater.
And the winner is Wild Wind, Spirit of the Bison.
Congratulations, guys.
Congrats.
This is super exciting. Was not expected. We had a great time on set, and I think that was what, like, having great stuff to work with is what contributes to making a good movie.
Yeah.
Finding good music.
Yes,
was
Kim was our main sound design person, so really all the credit goes to Kim on this one.
Thanks, guys.
So yeah, we're super honored and super stoked for this.
Yeah,
so
thank you so much.
Congratulations, guys.
Congrats.
Our award for Best Editing is given to the filmmaker who demonstrates what it takes to combine picture and sound in such a way that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
This includes combining different takes within scenes, matching action, and a lot of patience.
This award comes with a 1-year license for Avid Media Composer editing software and a $125 gift card from our sponsor, Sweetwater. And our award for Best Editing goes to the Jewel of Richmond. Congratulations, guys.
Congrats.
Well done, guys.
This is so nervous. I'm very nervous. I would like to thank my incredible team and the amazing story that Justin's mom found for us. Yeah, thank you. Great. Oh, I'm so nervous.
Yeah, just to clarify, she did pretty much all the editing. I did some of the sound sweetening, but it's pretty much all Sophie, really.
A filmmaker's approach to cinematography involves working with the director to come up with an approach that best fits the script. This includes everything from creating the color palette to making the choice of camera, lens, and lighting.
Then determining whether the camera is in motion on one of our jibs, dollies, or Steadicams, or, as in case of our quarantine filmmakers, whatever tools you have available.
It's a lot to get right.
This year's winner for Best Cinematography receives a hard drive from our sponsor, OWC, and a $125 gift card from our sponsor, Sweetwater. And the winner is The Aviators, a father-son story.
Congratulations, guys.
Oh man, thank you guys so much. Thank you to Taylor, and I'm so thankful for my amazing team that made this all possible. And also thank you to Kathy Bruner, who helped us see this project through to completion. So again, thank you so much.
And thanks to Tim and Chris for letting us into their lives to shoot this. Yeah.
Writing. That magical moment. Just you and the empty screen where anything is possible.
Yet once written, our stories need to be carefully crafted and edited into something even more amazing and evocative.
The award for Best Screenplay is given to a story that best exemplifies the mission of our festival and explores the range of human experience with hopeful vision, artistry, truthfulness, and integrity.
The winner receives a license to Final Draft, the industry standard screenwriting program, and a $125 gift card from our sponsor, Sweetwater.
And the winner is Nora.
And they actually are not here tonight, so I'm going to accept the award on their behalf. Congratulations, guys. One of the great strengths of our program is that it's housed within a university that is strong in the liberal arts tradition. The school sponsors the Humanities and Arts Award to encourage Taylor filmmakers to integrate the richness of the liberal arts tradition into their projects.
This award comes with a $200 prize, and this year's winner of the Humanities and Art Award is the Jewel of Richmond. Jewel of Richmond. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Hi. Thank you for this award. I really just, again, want to thank this amazing team of Luke, Sophie, Grace. And I really just want to draw attention to the church itself. If you watched the short film and the short documentary and you thought it was interesting at all, go look it up. They need your help. They would love for you to be interested. Go check them out. I also want to thank everyone that's in the documentary, especially Ray and Sue that we worked with a lot. They're just amazing. Thank you.
Thanks to Kathy Bruner.
The award for Best Comedy goes to the film that best finds a way to show us the world in a humorous new way.
The award for Best Comedy comes with a cash prize of $300 from our sponsors.
And the winner is Labels.
Congratulations, guys.
And the winner is Labels.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats.
I don't know what to say. Thank you to these guys. What an amazing crew to work with. To Steve for teaching the class. I mean, the only thing I can say is I remember laughing the entire time we made this film. It just was so much fun to make. To be standing here with an award like this is such an honor. So thank you for all the support from everyone and for everyone who helped the film. And a shout out to Christina for her amazing acting as well. So thank you.
The award for Best Documentary is given to the film that tells a compelling, true life story while maintaining high quality in all areas of production.
Finding those stories can be hard enough, but transforming them into a short film is a complicated creative process.
This award comes with a $400 prize from our sponsors.
And the award for Best Documentary goes to MTX Mental Toughness Extra Effort.
I don't really know what to say. Last semester was kind of a whirlwind. A lot of hours in the editing suite. A lot of staring at a story that kind of wasn't there for a while. But we just want to say thank you to Warren Central High School for letting us film, and DP and Javon who let us tell their stories. DP also took 4th in state this year, so go him. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you so much.
The award for Best Drama goes to the film that best fits the festival's goals while telling a story that captivates us. It's the sum of writing, rewriting, directing, acting, camera work, editing, sound, everything. This year, the award comes with a cash prize of $400 from our sponsors.
And the award for Best Drama goes to Nora. And again, they couldn't be here to join us tonight, so we'll be accepting on their behalf. Thank you again to the Envision Film Festival judges.
You have spoken.
And we have heard you.
The Audience Choice Award comes with a cash prize of $400 from our sponsors.
And the winner of the Audience Choice Award is Jehovah Gyra. Congratulations, guys.
Oh, thank you so much. I have a lot of shout outs. First of all, I want to shout out to Doc June Lee. We love you. We miss you. We're so glad that you got to go on this trip with us. We took this trip in January 2020, and the year just took us by storm, but we got this documentary done, and I'm just so grateful to the department who lets us go on these amazing trips. And I just want to shout out to Greenville and Samuel Morris Center. And yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Well, this is it. The final of the award for the night. The award for Best Picture. Which one do you think it is, Beth?
I peeked.
You what?
Kidding. The award for Best Picture is given to the film that, in the judges' estimation, best integrates all the elements of filmmaking, from script to camera work, to acting, to sound, well, everything. The award comes with a $500 prize from our sponsors.
And the award for Best Picture goes to MTXE. Welcome back. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
I just heard there's this really funny story from.
So there's
it's
a Martin
amazing story
Scorsese once
from
said,
the-
I always
just wanna
wish
thank
I
my
had
parents,
one or
I wanna
two more
thank my
days to
mom,
film.
my
Well, we
dad,
shot
all
for
my
like 2
siblings.
months.
It was an incredible
and
journey.
it was crazy.
Every
Thank you,
step of the way,
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. This has been an amazing journey.
Thanks,
Thank
Kathy.
you, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
John.
Kathy. Thank
Thanks,
you,
Steve.
BG.
BG.
It's time to wrap things up. Thanks again to our special guests, Destin Cretton, Peggy Kim, and R.J. Muller. We appreciate their investment in the next generation of filmmakers.
And thanks to our sponsors, the Grant County Convention and Visitors Bureau, Tim and Mary Eckerly, Taylor University, and especially our dean, Tim Jones.
Summit Financial Group, Sweetwater, Design Collaborative, the Royal Group, CIE,
Alpha Video, Windwriter, Avid, Edit Stock, Final Draft,
OWC, WFYI, and Film Indiana.
Thank you, sponsors.
And thank you for attending the 2021 Envision Film Festival. Good night.